when a woman realizes she's lost you, especially a man of high value. It's not just a feeling of missing someone, it's a powerful wake-up call. Suddenly, she begins to see everything she took for granted, every quality she ignored, every shared moment she allowed to slip away. This realization isn't just regret. It's a harsh confrontation with the fact that some losses are truly irreplaceable. What you're feeling in this moment is deeper than you might think, and understanding this can profoundly shape how you move forward. Welcome to Stoic Monarch, where we uncover the secrets of mental and emotional strength. Through the lens of Stoicism, in today's video, we'll delve into what it feels like for a woman to realize she's lost a man of high value, a man who knows his worth and lives by his principles. Get ready to understand what makes a man unforgettable. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up-to-date. And let's get to 1,000 likes on this video. Let's get started. 1. The initial shock and denial. The first wave she experiences is a tumultuous mix of emotions, like a sudden storm breaking out of nowhere. At first, she may not even fully recognize this sense of loss, because her ego convinces her it's no big deal and that she's fine without you. However, as the reality of your absence starts to sink in her mind, races through countless scenarios, trying to rationalize and make sense of what has happened. This shock hits like a slap in the face, an abrupt awareness that she has lost someone significant. It's unexpected, catching her completely off guard, as she never truly imagined you would walk away or that she'd be left with only memories during this phase. She replays moments over and over, desperately seeking answers to where things started to go wrong. She looks at old messages, scrolls through photos, and revisits past conversations, clinging to details that might bring clarity, while her pride may still attempt to convince her that she's better off. Her heart and mind are locked in a silent struggle, battling the rising tide of denial. Each passing day makes it harder for her to push away these memories, which now resurface with even more vividness. The initial shock becomes a wake-up call, a realization that she may have let go of someone with rare qualities that she may never find again. This experience isn't just about missing you. It's about confronting the truth that she might have lost one of the best things that ever happened to her. This first stage is often filled with pain, not just from losing a person, but from recognizing a deep crack in her own perception of herself. She questions her choices, wondering, did I make a mistake? Was I wrong about him? These questions stay with her, mixing regret with uncertainty, creating emotions she can't easily set aside. In this moment, she confronts her ego, which once confidently reassured her that she'd be fine. Now that confidence wavers as the truth sets in, losing you was something she wasn't prepared for. And now she wonders if she'll ever find someone quite like you again. 2. The deep sense of regret as time goes on. The shock fades, but it's replaced by something even heavier. Regret. This is the phase where she starts to truly understand the value of what she lost. Every little thing she once took for granted begins to stand out in her memory. Amplified by the silence of your absence, regret isn't just about realizing what she had. It's about understanding what she failed to appreciate. Perhaps it was your patience, your kindness, or the way you supported her when no one else did these moments. Now, replay in her mind like a film. She wishes she could rewrite. She starts asking herself questions. Why didn't I see his worth before? Why didn't I handle things differently? This stage is deeply emotional as she realizes the opportunities she missed to show gratitude, to communicate better, or to build something stronger with you. This regret can feel overwhelming, almost like a weight she can't shake off. And while she might still try to distract herself with friends, hobbies, or even other relationships, none of it truly fills the void you left behind. The memories become sharper, clearer, and harder to ignore. They haunt her in moments of quiet, reminding her of the person she let slip away. Not just any person, but someone she now sees as irreplaceable in this phase. She also begins to see how others don't measure up to you. The qualities that made you unique start to shine even brighter in comparison. It's not just about missing a partner, it's about missing you three. The desire for closure after regret comes a strong desire for closure. She wants answers, explanations, and sometimes even a second chance. She might try to reach out subtly, testing the waters to see if there's still a connection. But here's the thing. Closure isn't always about reconnecting. Sometimes it's her way of seeking relief from the guilt and regret that weigh on her. She might say things like, "I just want to talk," or "I hope you're doing well." But deep down, she's hoping for more in this phase. She might also start to make changes in herself. Maybe she begins to reflect on her actions, recognizing where she went wrong. She might even try to become the version of herself she believes you deserved. This stage is complex because it's where her pride battles her longing. She wants to appear strong, like she's moved on. But her actions often reveal the truth. Whether through direct messages, indirect posts, or mutual friends, she finds ways to keep herself connected to you. Even if it's just in small ways, her desire for closure is less about ending things and more about keeping the door open. It's her way of saying, "I see your worth now," even if she can't find the words to say it directly. 4. The realization of irreversibility. This stage is often the hardest for her. After reaching out and attempting to reconnect, she may come to the painful realization that things might never return to what they once were. The door she hoped was still open now feels firmly closed, either because you've moved on or because the dynamic has changed so much that the past is no longer salvageable. This realization is a turning point. It's the moment when she fully comprehends that the loss is permanent. The memories that once brought her comfort now sting, reminding her of a time she can no longer access. In this phase, she might go through a range of emotions: sadness, frustration, and even anger, not necessarily at you, but at herself for not valuing you. When she had the chance, the weight of this truth can feel overwhelming as it forces her to face the consequences of her actions, or lack thereof. Her attempts to fill the void you left might intensify. She could immerse herself in distractions, seek out new connections, or try to reinvent herself in an effort to cope. But deep down, there's a part of her that knows nothing, and no one can truly replace what she lost. This stage is about acceptance. Even if it's reluctant and painful, it's where she starts to come to terms with the fact that her choices have led her to this point, and the person she once had in her life may now only exist as a cherished memory. 5. Emotional distance and self-reflection. Once a woman realizes she has lost a high value, she will often enter a period of self-reflection. At first, there may be a wave of regret, but over time, she may come to understand that the loss is not just about the relationship, but also about her own actions. A high-value man remains emotionally distant, not in the sense of coldness, but rather in emotional control. His emotional independence makes him less reactive and more introspective. He doesn't beg for attention or try to force things to happen. Instead, he focuses on improving himself and his life, not allowing his emotional state to be dictated by external events or relationships. This emotional distance can be unsettling for a woman, especially when she's used to a man seeking her approval or constantly trying to win her back. A high-value man doesn't engage in such behavior. He simply moves forward with his life, letting things unfold naturally. When a woman realizes this, she may feel the sting of lost opportunity and understand that she has missed out on a man who had so much more to offer. Then she realized that realization often leads to regret and an awakening of her own need for self-growth. However, by then, it's too late to change the course of things. He's already moved on, building a life that doesn't depend on anyone's validation. This is the ultimate power of emotional independence. 6. The respect she now holds for you in the final stage. After the waves of regret, longing, and realization have settled, something profound happens. She begins to respect you in a way she never did. Before, this respect isn't just about admiring who you are, it's about understanding the strength it took for you to walk away. It's about recognizing the boundaries you set and the self-worth you displayed by not settling for L than you deserved. She starts to see you as a person who values themselves, someone who won't compromise their principles or accept being undervalued. This respect might even turn into admiration, as she realizes how rare it is to meet someone with such clarity and self-respect. This stage is bittersweet. While she may never stop wishing things could have turned out differently, she also knows that the person you are now is a result of your own growth that came from letting go and moving forward in some ways. This respect becomes her way of honoring what you shared. Even if it's only from a distance, it's her silent acknowledgement of the impact you had on her life and the lessons she's learned because of you. Remember, being a high-value man starts from within. Your worth is non-negotiable, and anyone who fails to recognize it is the one who loses. Keep growing, living by your principles, and embracing the path of true strength. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Monarch for more empowering content.